Hey, how y'all doing? So y'all just went live on two platforms and did not realize that your girl didn't push play on the other one. So if I can't let y'all down though, we doing this. Okay. How to let me post this real quick. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna be faithful to what God calls us to do. You hear me? And so today's video and live and lesson actually it's about to how to overcome. Okay, let me follow back. How to overcome rejection, bro. How do you overcome rejection? A lot of times when you are building a business, when you are trying to become who God told you to become, rejection coming, okay? That's the first thing you're going to hit. You're going to meet rejection. And that's what caused so many people who were supposed to be great to lose, to give up because they can't get past it. So I want to teach you how to overcome. And so I want you to put this in the comments for me. Some will, some won't. So what? Who next? Okay? Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? That line right there changed my business. And if you will begin to apply that to not only your business, but also to your relationships, if you're dating, also to like different things that really can mess you up in your spirit because you're like, my God, I'm trying to get this thing to happen. It's not happening. I want you to learn how to deal with rejection because rejection coming. And you cannot give up at the first sign of rejection. Because when you do that, you'll never make it if you're going to give up at the first sign of rejection. So let's talk about it. Rejection and how to handle it like a pro, it's going to require a complete mind shift. This got to shift. But I'm going to give you 3 practical steps, 3 strategies that if you use them, they're going to help you, okay? So number 1, you want to shift your perspective. I mean, shift it. That mind got to change because most of y'all think rejection is about you. It's not. Rejection is redirection. Listen to me. Type that in the comments. Your rejection is redirection. So instead of seeing rejection as a failure, you got to view it as your God pointing you towards somewhere or something better or a new opportunity to grow. Rejection is simply redirection, and it's not always about you. So stop taking it personal. Oftentimes, rejection is more about other people's needs, preferences, and what they want, their circumstances. Think about it. When you go to the McDonald's, to the Starbucks, to the church, when you go to church, you go look, I don't like that worship. Oh, I like that worship. Oh, I don't like that pastor. He too loud. Oh, I don't like, they people look kind of funny. I don't know if that's for me. You go to Starbucks to order a drink. I think I'm going to order this. I think I'm going to order that. I think this is what I want, okay? You go to a college. I think I fit into this college. I think this is for me. You do this every day on every opportunity in everything that you have to pick for yourself. But then you get into business or you start trying to be with somebody, get into a relationship, and all of a sudden it changes. All of a sudden you think it's about you. You making people's rejection about you. When really and truly it's about their needs, their wants, their strengths, their circumstances. It's about them. I don't know if you realize it, but people don't care about you that much. I don't know if you ever heard it like that, but it's true because you don't care about people that much. Now, when you're a real kingdom entrepreneur, you learn to have a heart for people. But if you be honest to yourself, deep down, the Lord be having to rebuke you about not putting yourself first, about not seeking out your own selfish ambitions because you want to get you and your family good first. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I need you to see it from your customer, from your future spouse, from that other person's perspective. When they reject you, it's not about you. And if you get that through your thick little skull, stop making everything about you, I promise you're going to win in every area. And so stop making everything about you. I'm going to be real. I'm going to tell you a secret because some of y'all really, really struggle with this because you got a lot of insecurity. You got a lot of childhood trauma. A lot of tragedy that happened to you. but you ain't done the work. You ain't went to the counseling. You ain't took nobody depressive pills. You ain't did nothing you were supposed to do. And now it's starting to show up in your life. And it's going to keep showing up because you're trying to suppress it, right? But you cannot suppress an ocean. You got to deal with it, okay? Stop trying to suppress the volcano and get out the way and clear the way and deal with it, okay? And so what I need you to understand is people don't think that much, okay? That's number one. People don't think that much. Most of the things we do in our life is because somebody else told us to do it, or it's because a program that's playing in our mind. It's not because you sat and thought about it. Most decisions that you make in your life, you did not decide to make them. They were made for you before you even got here. Just saying. I'm trying to give you the code. I'm trying to help you. I need you to listen to me. Most decisions that you are making right now are not your decisions. They came from a program your parents put in you. They came from the trauma that the trauma that happened to you. It programmed you to think a certain way. And so you got to begin to deal with that stuff and uproot that stuff. But back to my point. Most people don't think. And when they do think, they ain't thinking about you. Okay? And so you got to get that through your head, especially trying to grow your business. And the reason I talk about relationships in this too is because everything is sales. If you're a mom, that's sales, baby. You better sell them kids on why they better act right. Most of y'all think just beating y'all kids gonna get it right. No, it's not. Beating your kids gonna make them resent you when they get older. I'm not talking about healthy discipline. I'm talking about beating on your child. I'm telling you it's gonna backfire, okay? And so you terrible at sales if the only thing you got is I'm gonna slap them, I'm gonna beat them, I'm gonna do this. If you doing that, bro, you about to ruin that child life, okay? You suck at sales. You got to get better at sales. If you, I'm trying to calm down, y'all. I'm really, really excited. But if you are trying to date somebody and they go on one date with you, and after that, it's ghost mode. You suck at sales. You suck at sales. Everything in our life is sales, bro. I don't know if you realize it, but everything is sales. But the big kicker is if you are in business and you don't know you in sales, you got a problem. Because that's why you broke as a mug. That's why you robbing Peter to pay Paul. You ain't got enough money to do nothing with, baby. You in business today, out of business tomorrow, because you ain't figured out you in sales. You have not figured out how to deal with people. And because of that, you keep getting rejected because you're making it all about you. You're making it, I gotta pay my bills, I gotta go sell this right here. Buy my pen. Just imagine it. Somebody came to you, like you was walking down the street, one of the little flea markets or something. Hey, I gotta pay my rent today. Buy these socks. But I don't need socks. I don't really care. I got a bill to pay. Buy these socks. That's how some of y'all sound. Like, yo, you sound ridiculous. It's like, no. You gotta understand that people buy, people marry, people do what they feel like doing. And if you have not tapped into what they need, and I always tell people, look for the sign, the strengths, the interests, what they like really like, the gifts, what they really want, and their needs. Listen for that. Listen for what they saying. If you stop trying to talk about your offer or talk about yourself, I'm telling you, you'll understand what it is. And so when people reject you, it's not about you. What did I say at the beginning? Some will, some won't. So what? Hey, who's next? Because you got to get through the no's before you get to the yeses, okay? Let's keep going. Number 2, you got to acknowledge your feelings. And this one right here, I want you to be careful because this one right here, you got to tread lightly. You got to acknowledge your feelings. So first, you got to allow yourself to feel the disappointment, to feel the upsetness that you may feel. But the key is do not make that a dwelling place, meaning do not park your car there. It's like going to a stop sign and the light is red. What do? We hit our brakes. But you don't go and slam your car into park and you just sit there and just cry. Oh my God, this light red. What am I gonna do? You're gonna wait for the thing to turn green and keep moving. That's what you're gonna do. Why is it that we don't take this common sense over into other areas of our life? That's the problem. And I feel like if we begin to stop being so closed-minded and begin and ask God to help us with a growth mindset, we'll begin to connect all the dots in our life and help us grow in our life all together, okay? And so stop dwelling where it made you upset. A lot of y'all have turned a temporary feeling, a temporary situation into a lifetime of pain and suffering and anguish. That was only supposed to be a speed bump. But you didn't turn it into a whole lifestyle. You didn't turn it into a way of living. I know people who they got hurt by baby daddy about 15 years ago, and they still bleeding at the scene of the accident. That could have been me. I literally for like 2 years could not get over. I can't believe this dude left me. And it took me so long. It took me like 2 years, a solid 2 years before I was like, "Babe, get yourself up." He moving on with his life. You still stuck right here because you refuse to forgive. You taking it personal and you refuse to see that it's not about you. And so feel your feelings, acknowledge them. Now my other people, because I can do both, because sometimes we can do both. You people will suppress your emotions. Most entrepreneurs will suppress their emotions, just keep digging in. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And eventually, if you don't deal with these emotions, you end up in an entrepreneurial valley. Entrepreneurial depression is real. Hear me. Entrepreneurial depression is real. That's because you ain't dealing with your feelings. You're not allowing yourself to vent and express it. And so you're trying to suppress it. It's not going to do nothing but start a war within yourself. It's going to make you burn out. It's going to make you give up. It's going to make you surrender what God called you to in this season. So you got to begin to acknowledge that stuff. But don't sit there and make a momentary thing, a lifetime thing. And why that's so important, I'm about to really lay this out to y'all. And so suppressing emotions can make them linger longer. And so your valley's supposed to have been like a day. Now you'd have made it a whole year because you didn't want to deal with that stuff. And now you literally like got to understand that suppressing or either dwelling, they're both dangerous. You must be willing to live in the happy medium, okay? So how do you do this? You do this when you set a timer. Like literally, get your phone out, go to your little timer, and set it for 15 to 30 minutes. And either vent or process it the way you need to process it. Some people need a journal. Some people need to call their friend and say, "Girl, that little bald head little client, she knew her credit was 200. And she over here telling me that I'm a scam. Baby, I'm not no scam. She the scam. Her credit bad. She the one can't get no car. She the one been renting for 50 years. And so you see what I'm saying? Go. I know I'm making some of y'all laugh, but go and vent. Like you need to have friends who can let you vent it out. Baby, her little bald head said, like go and vent it out. And then once you done, they say you done. All right, get your butt back up and get to work. Now, some of y'all go talk to people who already hating on you. That's your problem. You go talk to people who already want to see you quit. They already hating on you. They already hope you're going to lose. They already hope you're going to give up. They already count you out day one. You gonna call them, that little bald-headed client, she playing with my money. You know, she said she's going to sign a contract today. She said she's going to join the program today, and she didn't even do it. And that person, what's they going to start doing? That's why you should ever join it anyways. That's why entrepreneurship ain't all that no ways. You might as well should have kept your little job. Baby, get them folks out your life. Because they're not helping you become who God told you to become. Okay? And so, once you vent, you got to consciously choose to move forward. Why is this so important? You got to literally consciously make in your mind, okay, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And sometimes you do 15, then you go, I need 15 more. Hey, mama, this little client, baby, I could have slapped. And you talking out 15 more minutes. Get it out your system. Because if you don't consciously move on after that, what's going to happen? That thought is going to be captured by your imagination. You're going to continue to see it over and over and over. And that's called what? Meditation. You're going to meditate on that thing. And then as you meditate on that thing, it's going to begin to sink into your heart. It's going to start coming out in your actions. And once you build actions and habits of it, those actions are going to become a lifestyle. See how dangerous that is? One moment, you're supposed to just endure this one moment. It's now cost you 40 years in the desert. It's now redirected your entire path because you didn't want to sit and deal with it. You didn't want to forgive. Do you not know how many clients that did me dirty? And I had to go vent. And I ain't gonna lie, I took a day or two. And so I'm learning how to cut it shorter because the shorter you make it, the easier it is on your life. You got to learn how to forgive swiftly. Clients that, you've done all you can to help them and they don't pay you your money, or they go out and they lie on you, or they steal your IP and use it as their own. You know how many times this happened to me where I've given somebody one of my IPs and they go and they use it on their own, or they hire somebody, they like bring in their friend or whatever and take my IP and give it to them. You know how many times it happened to me where I'm sharing out the kindness of my heart of how to do business and I'm trying to help them build their business, and they tell me I'm gonna go pay somebody else. I still want what you got, but I'm gonna go get into this coaching program. And granted, that's their decision, but that hurts. Like that hurts big time. But what you gotta do is understand that that is not personal. You gotta put that here. When people do stuff, it's not because of you. And the moment you stop making it personal, the easier it is to forgive. The easier it is to move on. The easier it is to like, okay, next. Some will, some won't. So what? Who's next? I'm not saying I don't care about people. We care about people over profit every day, period. If you the opposite, you suck. I said it to your face. If you care about profits over people, you suck and you are a terrible human. But we care about people over the profits, period. But we don't get bent out of shape on what people do to us. We learn how to go vent 15, 20 minutes and let it go. Because why? You will make a momentary situation turn into a lifetime hardship. I've seen that happen in relationships. I've seen it happen in business. Literally, y'all, I've almost did this in my life. But I was like, bro, I'm so done with business, boy. These folks is, woo! I done gave all I can give. I'm done. And God was like, okay, you done with the pity party? You done attending your pity party? And I'm asking some of y'all right now, are you done attending your pity party? Because how's it working for you? Has anybody showed up yet? You got some guests? And if you do got guests, get rid of them. They're not no friends. The folks trying to keep you down, okay? And so the last thing you need to do, because we're going to do number 2, looks like, you got to look for the lesson. Most people be like, I'm going to take my L and I'm going to take my L, baby. That just look. I took my loss, count my losses, I'm going to take my L. What you talking about? Either you learn or you win. There's no such thing as an L. No such thing as losses. There's no such thing as true failure. The only time you fail is when you quit. Did you hear me? The only time you fail is when you quit. Some of y'all quit when really all you needed was a break. I'm gonna let that sit. Some of y'all quit. You went and quit your business. You went and quit your marriage. Yep, some of y'all did. You went and dumped a good man. I roll my eyes at that one. You went and said something stupid to your child and burnt down their relationship because you didn't learn. You didn't look for the lesson. You decided to burn the whole bridge. And now look at you. Look at you. Looking like you're looking. But guess what? We can fix it. I'm being dramatic, but you get the point, okay? You get the point. Okay. And so you got to begin to ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Don't you know that everything that's sent into your life is built to teach you something? Everything, bro, everything in your life is sent to teach. Everything. If you begin to live like that, you will see everything as a life lesson. I'm telling you, life will get so much sweeter. You will stop feeling like a loser because you will know I'm learning the lessons, therefore I'm winning because I'm growing, because I'm not fixed in a place in my mind. I'm learning how to grow and develop and take the L's and keep on ticking. Oh my God. If you get that, I'm telling you. And it took me a while to get it because I was like, man, I'm so sick of losing, bro. I just want to get my money so I can do my thing. Not realizing, like, you're trying to have something that you ain't willing to do. And you can't even do it until you become it. We trying to always skip to the having. No, there's no such thing as shortcuts. You gotta become. And then when you become, how do you know you became? Because you begin to do. And as you're doing, then you are eligible or qualified to have it. Okay? And so you gotta ask yourself, how can you learn from this? Then you gotta seek constructive feedback, bro. And make sure it's appropriate. Some of y'all are trying to get feedback from haters. You're trying to get feedback from somebody who don't like you in the first place. Get feedback from people who know you. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. We don't grow in our comfort zone, period. And so somebody telling you how great you are, it's not helping you. It makes you feel good. You're like, oh my God, that's so good. I feel all warm inside. That's cute. But I'm telling you, you ain't growing. You're not growing. What you thought? It's the negative feedback. Negative, constructive feedback. That's where the money at. Listen to me. When someone can show you your blind spot, and that's the person who got your back. Even honestly, I'm gonna even step a little further. Honestly, my mentor, Jessie Lee, before she passed away, she taught us that your haters are actually your biggest cheerleaders. Did you hear that? Your haters, those are the ones that's gonna highlight your blind spots. They're gonna point out where you suck. They're gonna give you the biggest opportunity for growth. And if you will listen to them, I'm not saying go into a rabbit hole and start hating yourself and start thinking that you're worthless. Don't listen to all that jazz. But start to see if there's a commonality, like some type of common denominator up in there. I can't even talk right now. Start to see if there's a common thread. See if there's merit. See if there's some truth to it. If everybody's saying you lazy, maybe you lazy. If everybody's saying you take their money and you don't fulfill on their offer, maybe you a thief. If everybody's saying the same thing, that don't mean they're a hater. So listen to what constructive feedback is saying, but also don't be afraid to tap in with the haters, because the haters gonna actually make you famous. That's why I tell people, hey, don't be hater. Hey, don't be hater. Hey, don't be hater. Why? Because you want to make me famous, baby. Because when you a hater, bro, what you gotta understand, when you a hater, you allowing somebody who ain't even thinking about you to live in your mind rent free, bro. And you talking about them. And so don't you know your words are so powerful? And so the more you talk about them, the more you actually like blessing them. You think you tearing them down, right? What you don't get is you keeping yourself down while lifting them up. Why? Because the more you talk about them, come on, y'all, get this with me. The more you talk about them, the more you put them out there in front of your audience. And if you will spend time nurturing that audience that you're growing from hating them, imagine where you could be, baby. Some of y'all, what? Thank God for your hater, bro. Thank God for them. Because if they hate, they talking about you so much, and people like, oh, let me go see. Let me go see. And they get over here and they looking at you like, oh, let me go see. Let me go see. And they find out, oh, I like her. Thank you, hater. And you like, hey, on the way to the bank. On the way to the bank. Hate on me, hater. Hate all you gotta do. Do your job, hater. Do it good. Because why? I know hater gonna make you rich for a lover do any day. Okay? So celebrate when you hate it. Like, rejoice when you are hated. Okay? It's a beautiful thing. I know y'all probably like, hey, it's tripping. But I promise you, like, if you take this right here, you're gonna be straight. The last thing I want you to do is analyze whether the rejection was due to a internal factor. Is it something you can fix? If so, fix it. But if it's something out of your control, baby, some will, some won't. So what? Who next, baby? Okay? But I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This has been so much fun. I thank God for y'all. I really do. I really thank God for my Facebook family, my YouTube family, my fan base family, all my family. I thank God for y'all, because y'all helped your girl get through this. Okay? I don't know if y'all can tell, but I look a little crazy. I look a little dusty. I'm still cute though. But I went to the hospital again today. I know some people have been asking, but just keep praying for my brother. It's looking better. Today was better than yesterday, I think. But he still got a ways to go. So keep praying. Also, y'all, 6 days away from the Passion to Success Challenge. You want to be in that. You want to be in the room. You want to be with me for that week. Because if you love these lives, if you are connecting with me, I'm probably your coach. Now, I ain't going to beg nobody. I ain't going to try to convince you. But I would challenge you to take the challenge. It's called From Passion to Success. And this for entrepreneurs, visionaries, and leaders. Especially if you know you got a coaching program. If you like, man, I can teach somebody something. All of us can. But if you really got that passion, join me. I put the link in the comments. But I love y'all so much. Y'all have an amazing night. I will see y'all tomorrow.